Now, an Easter holiday like no other, how Christians around the world are celebrating during the pandemic. And new coronavirus deaths in Wisconsin, while New York's governor says the curve continues to flatten. Plus, with millions unemployed, what some Americans are doing to put food on the table.
This is News 3 Now at 5:30.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 5:30. I'm Amanda Quintana. Governor Evers says an application has been submitted to FEMA to begin development of an alternative care facility at the Alliant Energy Center. In a release, the governor said the facility will be an essential backup facility to ensure Wisconsin's healthcare system is not overwhelmed. Once approved, the governor says the Army Corps of Engineers will sign contracts with the contractor and a number of subcontractors. In a statement, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi said, quote, Dane County is proud to partner with the governor and make our facility available to the state as a potential alternative care site to ensure our community has the medical resources it needs to fight the spread of COVID-19. The Army Corps of Engineers started turning the Exposition Center at the Wisconsin State Fair Park in West Allis into an alternative care facility on Thursday. For many, Easter is the first holiday to be celebrated under the governor's safer at home order. Our Gabriela Becerra shares how the community isn't letting quarantine ruin the holiday.
For many, Easter Sunday is one of the holiest days of the year, and those celebrating are turning to the one thing that's been keeping everyone together from a distance.
It's really interesting because this is often one of the bigger, for many churches, the bigger Sundays in a year. And it's when you kind of get a lot of visitors and a lot of guests. And it's a strange world to be in when you don't have that.
On Easter Sunday, Pastor Brianna Alini is leading Trinity United Methodist Church in service over virtual platforms.
It's almost a normal worship service, as normal as you can be all over video.
And what's special this year is family from across the world can join in celebration.
Andy's family is going to be joining us from Africa and the United Kingdom. My parents, I think, are coming from Chippewa Falls, and my brother and sister-in-law from Portland. We've expanded the circle a little bit, which is cool.
And for those who may not be living in the same household as family members, they're really only one click away. So while this holiday might not be the same as past years, Alini says it's actually more in line with how the day was first celebrated.
It was a couple of disciples who gathered at an empty tomb. There was actually a lot of grief of the person that they'd been following, the Jesus they'd been following, had died. And in that death, they found life. They found a story of resurrection. And so for me, it's this, how do we find life around us?
Many of us can relate to that message of finding life around us during quarantine. In Madison, Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
While some churches are holding virtual Easter services, others are still physically meeting in their cars. Lakeview Church in Stoughton hosted a drive-in Easter service this morning where people were able to see and hear the sermon without breaking social distancing guidelines. Community members were able to tune in to a radio station to hear the pastor and musicians. Governor Tony Evers approved drive-in church services earlier this week. Pope Francis celebrated Easter this morning in an empty cathedral. Mass was held in the largely empty basilica while the faithful watched on TV at home. His message this morning to followers: do not be afraid during the pandemic. Instead, he said he grants strength and hope to doctors, nurses, and those on the front lines battling the virus. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Dana Fulton. Dana, I saw a few families out this morning trying to squeeze in an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, we had our temperatures kind of rush up a little higher than forecasted early today, and that was some good news. And now that dreary rain is really building in. Some heavier showers right now in Grant County. Notice for areas northwest of the Dells, really for La Crosse on north, we have been seeing snow coming down for the last 3 hours on this loop. Right now, I am seeing some lightning just outside of Platteville and Grant County. Mixed precipitation for parts of Richland and Crawford counties. We're going to have this rain continue to shift east, so we will have heavy rainfall over the next few hours passing through southern Wisconsin. So because of this, alert day still in the forecast for this evening, tonight, and for Monday morning. This evening, that rain could be very heavy at times. The wind also picking up. For tonight into Monday, the rain is going to transition over to light snow, leading to some minor accumulation. And then Monday, it's going to be very, very windy outside. We could even see some light wind damage for some areas as gusts pick up close to 40 miles per hour. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for the week in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services is reporting 7 new coronavirus deaths over the past 24 hours as the statewide total of confirmed cases of COVID-19 climbs above 3,300. That's a 123 case increase since yesterday. 974 patients have been hospitalized. Dane County now has 339 cases and 12 deaths, while Milwaukee County still has more than half of the state's total with more than 1,700 cases. Nationwide, the U.S. now tops 550,000 cases of coronavirus and 21,000 deaths. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says the state is beginning to see a flattening of the number of hospitalizations and deaths, but reiterates that still having more than 750 people die in the state over a 24-hour period is heartbreaking, especially during a holy weekend.
Everyone is a face and a name and a family that is suffering on this weekend, which for many people in this state and in this nation is a high religious holiday, which is already distorted because we have churches closed, we have temples closed. So this is truly tragic news, and I want every family to know that they're in our thoughts and prayers.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is expressing cautious optimism in the outbreak, citing numbers from the New York metro area. Fauci says the nation might be heading on the right path, but we can't just immediately reopen in the coming weeks.
It is not going to be a light switch that we say, okay, it is now June, July, or whatever, click, the light switch goes back on. It's going to be depending where you are in the country, the nature of the outbreak that you've already experienced, and the threat of an outbreak that you may not have experienced.
White House Coronavirus Task Force Coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx said Friday that officials believe the nation may be getting close to its peak, but more data is needed to confirm the status. Nearly 17 million Americans filed for unemployment in the past few weeks. The nationwide rate now a staggering 13%. And as Danya Bacchus explains, many of them are struggling to put food on the table.
At food banks across the nation,
the number of cars has been overwhelming.
Long lines are painting a picture of the economic hardship caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Historic levels of unemployment mean an increase in demand for food.
It makes a big difference. It's a good help.
Letta Garcia lost her job in market research. She came to this food bank in Los Angeles to help feed her family of 5.
They're giving you chicken and some canned food, so it's pretty important because it's something that would help my family.
In Northern California, crowds blocked streets and created a backup on the freeway at Cathedral of Faith's giveaway. Pastor Ken Foreman says he's never seen anything like it.
Our typical month, we would do $1 million a month in food giveaway. In a week, this week, we'll do over $1 million.
And as the demand rises,
I'll probably have in the neighborhood of 60 to 70,000 boxes that I'll leave in the field.
Farmers fear they could soon be out of business. Florida farmer Ken Carpenter gave away what he could to a food bank, but says he has produce that will rot because of the drop in demand from the food service industry.
Not enough customers for all the tomatoes, beans, squash, everything that's raised in Homestead. We're all struggling.
This church in San Pedro is now giving away food to the community every 2 weeks. Feeding America estimates its network of 200 food banks would need an additional $1.4 billion in resources over the next 6 months to continue to feed those in need. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Meanwhile, one of the country's largest pork processing facilities is closing until further notice. The CEO of Smithfield in South Dakota says roughly 240 employees are sick out of the plant's 3,700. The state's governor and the mayor of Sioux Falls recommended that Smithfield suspend operations for at least 2 weeks. The facility accounts for 4 to 5% of the country's pork production. 6 people were shot at a California party that was held despite the state's stay-at-home order. Authorities responded to a call early yesterday morning. Deputies found 6 victims, including a kid, at the scene and say there was a large party going on before the shooting. All the victims were taken to a local hospital and treated for injuries that were not life-threatening. No arrests have been made. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been discharged from the hospital. A Downing Street spokesman says he will not be immediately returning to work. In a video, Johnson thanked everyone at St. Thomas Hospital for the care he received. Johnson had been suffering from severe symptoms of the coronavirus. He was diagnosed with COVID-19 on March 27th. More local news now. The city of Madison is asking people to not push buttons on crosswalks for the time being. Madison Traffic Engineering has placed signs over the crosswalk buttons in downtown. Officials say the crossings are now automated in an effort to reduce the number of people touching the button and the spread of coronavirus. Experts at Johns Hopkins University say the novel coronavirus can live on a surface for up to 48 hours. Coming up on News 3 Now at 5:30, with so many people working from home, it's common to be worried about protecting your digital privacy. Consumer Reports has tips on how to stay cyber safe. Next.
Help is what we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
No one asked for this to happen, but this is our time when our hearts, our humanity, and our communities rise. This moment will challenge us. It will define us. It's why we are here. But this moment is not bigger than us. And we will show up every day for you. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. For a hand up and help with your utility bills now during these difficult times, contact the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Apple is working on a new tool to help people find coronavirus testing sites in their area. The tech company launched a portal on its website for medical facilities to register as coronavirus screening locations. Apple will then verify those sites and include them as destination options on its Apple Maps app. Officials haven't announced when the new update will be made available for iOS users. With so many Americans working from home and helping kids do schoolwork on the same internet connection, chances are your Wi-Fi is getting a workout, and hackers might see an opportunity. They're looking for ways to access and steal your personal information or your company's information. Leah Lynchide for Consumer Reports offers some tips on how to stay cyber safe while working and learning from home.
Working from home, cybersecurity, something your company would normally deal with, now falls on your shoulders. So what can you do to stay safe? Well, it starts with your router.
One of the most important things you can do is lock down your router by keeping its firmware up to date.
When a manufacturer rolls out a firmware update, it often includes a security fix, specifically designed to keep hackers out. Instructions on how to update routers vary by brand, but most are updated through a website or app.
Another thing you can do is change the default password on your router, and don't share it with the neighbors.
Consumer Reports says to use a long, random string of letters or words with numbers and symbols, or
consider using a password manager if you need help keeping track of them.
Recently, Consumer Reports tested several password managers and said 1Password was the best option. One last tip, CR recommends enabling two-factor authentication on accounts whenever it's available. It's one more layer of added security, just when you need it most. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Lynchide.
To protect yourself from phishing, email attacks, or tech support scams, CR recommends that you think before you click. If an email looks suspicious, just delete it and don't open attachments or click on links from people that you don't know. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5:30, winter weather advisories for parts of our area entering the work week. Dana has the latest in your First Warn forecast. Stay with us.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hey Wisconsin, it's tough times right now. Fearing's audio-video security normally focuses on providing technology solutions, but right now it's self-care.
Things like establishing a routine, getting outside every day, getting a good night's sleep, taking time for meditation or prayer, and just think about what you're grateful for. We can do this together. Visit unitedmadison.com/help. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio-Video Security and United Madison.
Hi, folks. Monday morning, if you're worried about whether your clothes could carry coronavirus, Consumer Reports is digging into it.
And we'll preview the much-awaited results from last week's election being announced on Monday. That and more starting at 4:30.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. As part of your community, we're here to help you during these challenging times.
Keeping your Toyota safe and reliable is important, especially right now. Many of our service centers are open. Schedule service online and drop off and pick up your vehicle with no contact. Need to replace your old vehicle? Most Toyota dealers offer online shopping and will defer your first payment for 90 days.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
The Our Home is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some Louisiana communities are recovering today after a tornado ripped through late last night. Police in the Millhaven area are searching homes in the region for injuries. A tornado was confirmed on the ground around 11:45 last night. Several homes were damaged, as well as the local airport, where officials say there's between $25 and $30 million in damage. Let's get a look at your First Warn weather with Dana Fulton.
Now, in the deep south, the southeast, they are dealing with some very, very strong weather coming through for their Easter. Severe thunderstorm watches and tornado watches in effect, stretching all the way from Louisiana up to South Carolina. A different story for us. We're looking at winter weather for areas mainly northwest of the Dells right now. We have light snow around La Crosse up towards Black River Falls, starting to see some heavier showers enter into Grant County, a little lightning along with that, and some mixed precipitation in parts of Richland and Crawford counties right now. All that's going to continue to move east. We do have winter weather advisories in effect, that purple that you see there, and through the day on Monday, and then winter storm warnings further north. For all of us, or most of southern Wisconsin, there is a wind advisory now in effect for Monday, as wind speeds are going to pick up quite a bit for Monday afternoon and evening. Right now, we're watching the showers come through. We will have some heavier rainfall through this evening with lightning expected. Not a big thunderstorm threat, but you might hear just a few rumbles of thunder. Once we get past midnight, this rain will likely transition over to snow from Madison and then pass through early tomorrow morning. It's not going to last through the day. We'll have light snow early on Monday, but by mid-morning on Monday, we'll actually get a little bit of clearing. Might even see some sun later on. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. There will be a slight chance for flurries overnight heading into Tuesday, and then Tuesday, variably cloudy skies, so a little more cloud coverage than sunshine, and we will have a chance for flurries developing in the afternoon again. Overall, snowfall totals likely going to stay under 1/2 inch. Our ground's pretty saturated. Today was pretty warm outside. That's not really going to help much of anything sticking, but if you are looking for a little more accumulation, again, that's really going to be northwest of the Dells. Pretty much everyone hovering around 1/2 inch or less for southern Wisconsin. Our wind speeds, you can see here where that wind is converging off to the west. We're seeing stronger wind speeds already, and they're really going to pick up heading into tomorrow. We'll see our wind coming from the northwest, so colder air coming in, and our wind speeds will be climbing in the mid to upper 20s, with our wind gusts easily climbing up into the 30s. High temperatures tomorrow only reaching the upper 30s for most of Dane County. Could see close to 40 along the state line, but we should be in the mid to low 50s for this time of year, so it is well below average to be talking about temperatures in the 30s and overnight lows in the 20s. That's for Monday and for Tuesday. Our alert day tomorrow due to all of the wind that'll be coming through in the afternoon. It's going to be very, very windy outside. For the rest of the week, we are expecting a little more quiet weather. Variably cloudy skies on Tuesday with a chance for some flurries. And then the rest of the week will bring partly sunny skies, though temperatures are going to stay below average. It's not really until the weekend that we finally climb back up to the 50s for our afternoon highs.
Starting to feel like spring again, maybe
right.
next weekend.
Right. It'll might want to dust off a few of the jackets. You might need a few layers this week.
All right. Thank you so much, Dana. Coming up on News 3 Now at 5:30, the NBA among the many leagues taking advantage of esports during the COVID-19 outbreak. That story next in sports.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Hercules.
I have been
expecting
you.
Haha! And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh! How nice.
Of you.
But also...
rather...
stupid.
Mine.
Mine!
No, mine!
No, mine!
Mine! Mine. Red Bull gives you wings.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Who can and can't get tested for COVID-19 right now? Monday at 10.
Well, the NBA doing its best to keep both fans and players entertained throughout the COVID-19 outbreak, and tonight it is happening, the horse competition. There's a bracket, and it's a single elimination tournament with semifinals this Thursday and then the actual final next Thursday. Trae Young of the Hawks, he is the favorite to win the whole thing. Meanwhile, if you've been paying attention to the NBA 2K tournament where players face each other in a tournament online, Devin Booker beat his fellow Suns teammate DeAndre Ayton in the best-of-3 series. The virtual esports format getting more attention during the COVID-19 COVID-19 outbreak since you can play while social distancing. IndyCar hosting its first virtual race this weekend in an oval track in Michigan, simulated of course. Dale Earnhardt Jr. making his IndyCar debut, and he finished third, not too bad, while reigning Indy 500 champ Simon Pagenaud won the entire race. Interestingly enough, IndyCar hasn't actually raced at Michigan in real life since 2007. Well, today would have been the final round at Augusta National. In case you forgot who won last year or just want to relive the whole experience, CBS Sports aired the Masters Rewind today, where Tiger Woods made the astonishing comeback, winning at Augusta National for the first time since 2005, his 15th overall major. And Tiger himself was a part of the whole show, sharing his memories of winning his 5th green jacket. And in the house board, how it goes, and spending time on social media, you may have noticed the handstand challenge, where normal humans, where they are doing handstand leaning against the wall and then they try to put a t-shirt on. Well, Olympian Simone Biles, she is no ordinary human, obviously, leveling up on the challenge, not using a wall at all because she can obviously balance very well herself, and instead of putting a shirt on, she actually tries to take her sweatpants off. No hands allowed, obviously. Amanda, so that is definitely, I mean, I haven't even tried the handstand challenge yet because I am not talented in balance or anything like that at all, but Simone Biles obviously can do anything, defying gravity.
I have seen this video. Okay, I watched it on repeat like 5 times because you're just like, your mouth is wide open. It's amazing. It is so cool.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Wow, thank you so much, Melissa. We'll be right back.
This is online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
We've got the power. The Power Centers of Madison. Our customer-focused sales team will help you find the right power equipment to fit your needs. Lawn and garden, tractors, zero turns, lawn mowers, trimmers, chainsaws, commercial equipment, and more. We carry the name brands that you know and some that you need to know. As an added incentive, you can always find factory promotions at the Power Centers of Madison.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Right now, staying in touch is more important than ever. So to help you stay connected during this unprecedented time, US Cellular is waiving data overage charges. Now through May, no matter what plan you're on, you'll have the smartphone data you need and not be charged for any overages. That way, you can work from home, check the latest headlines, and stay in touch with family and friends without worrying about your bill. So even if you have to be apart, you can stay in touch. US Cellular.
All right, so not too much snow expected to stick around here, mainly north.
Really, yes, mainly northwest of the Dells, so well northwest of Madison. Now, we do have wind advisories in effect for tomorrow. It's going to be very, very windy outside. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour possible throughout the day. Temperatures for Monday will be in the upper 30s, so a very chilly afternoon. We'll have some light snow swirling around early in the day, but that snow wraps up by mid-morning. The rest of the week into the weekend should be very quiet outside. We'll have variably cloudy skies Tuesday and Wednesday, and then partly sunny for Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. But temperatures are going to stay below average until we get towards Saturday and Sunday. We'll finally be back in the 50s.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.